Where the team is heading into the weekend?
Really good. I mean, obviously it was awesome to get that 8th seed, and we're super excited, as you know, but playing in front of Goss Stadium, we got to get this weekend first and then to play the next one. So really just taking it one game at a time. But like I said, we're super excited to get that 8th seed.
How do you approach getting ready for the weekend? Do you scout all 3 teams, or what do you do? You wait till it's almost your time up, or what do you do?
Yeah, I'll scout them for sure. Dorman will have us in a pitchers meeting, go over their hitters just game by game, but just sticking to my routine, being consistent with it, and just super excited for it all.
Kind of looking back a year ago, some of your best performances were out of the bullpen in the postseason. That's kind of your role right now. What are you looking forward to about this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be fun. Like Dak said, this is when the real fun starts. The regular season's behind us. Like you said, there's been some ups and downs through it, but this is where it all happens. So I like to perform my best, like when it really matters the most. So, yeah.
Is this what you expected? Was an 8th seed to be going independent in baseball is not easy. You guys were on the road a ton. You had to schedule so many games. Other programs at this school have struggled since the Pac-12 fell apart. Why has this one thrived?
Yeah, I mean, we've faced some adversity this year, but all the trust in my team and coaches. Cannon put together a great schedule to get us ahead in RPI, and we just got to win the games, which we had done. And I mean, the biggest goal was to host the regional and then super regional and make the path easy for us to get to Omaha. So that was the goal at the start of the season, and I think we did a good job of that.
What was your reaction to switching out of Friday and going back to the pen?
It was a little difficult for me at the start, but I think it was obviously it's been good for me in the pen. I mean, it's different for sure, but I want to help the team win any way I can, and whether that be starting role or in the pen, it doesn't really matter. So however many innings I get out of the pen, and so just a lot of those innings are more like higher leverage too.
Sure.
So
yeah.
How's the curveball and cutter coming along?
They're coming along well, just even in catch play every day, working on it. So, and it was good this past weekend being able to face our own team with not really any consequences. So I really got to throw those 2 and the curveball. I wasn't throwing a lot of fastballs against them, just to work on it, improve.
Come high and tight on anybody?
No, we actually the catcher would have to tell the hitter if it was a fastball inside, only if it was a fastball inside. And there were a couple home runs hit off those, so the pitchers had excuses because the hitter knew it was coming.
Built-in excuse.
Yeah.
At what point did you kind of start actually really mixing in the curveball? Webby made it sound like it hasn't been very long.
Yeah, no, I started in Hawaii, that first time I got that bullpen role, but I had thrown a slider earlier in the year, and it was kind of loopy in between the curveball and cutter, so I wanted to kind of differentiate the 2 and hopefully throw more strikes with it.
Did you throw it at all in high school?
No, I didn't. I didn't really throw a lot of breaking balls in high school, but yeah.
So this is the first time you've ever really had been mixing in a curveball at any point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Why now? What was the?
Well, I talked with Canham a lot, and my sliders percentage, the strike percentage, was pretty bad on it, and that's the reason why I'd mainly been walking a lot of people. My fastball strike percentage has been fine, but the slider and changeup strike percentage was a little down, leading me to get behind the counts. So just wanted anything I can put in the zone and, obviously change up the hitter's timing. But it's been helping, and obviously just making continual improvements on that.
This time of year, it's a situation where you could have multiple appearances in one weekend. Somebody who spent the whole year as a starter, do you have to work any differently this week to be prepared for those types of situations, I guess?
Yeah, I think it's a little easier now, honestly, starting earlier in the year, because now I've been up to 90-something pitches earlier in the year, so now when I go out and relieve 2 or 3 innings and a 40 or 50 pitch count, it seems pretty light to me. So my arm's been worked up to that amount earlier in the season, so now it's good this postseason. And last year, I think it was my only time in the regionals I actually went out twice for a weekend, so definitely looking forward to that this year if they need me to go multiple times.
Speaking of all hands on deck and playing loose, how is that important for regionals? You want to be intense, but you want to be having fun, and that's a key aspect. You're playing ball, so nothing better. So how's the team prepared to stay loose during regionals?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's going to help being in front of Goss Stadium with all the fans, but just continuing to have fun with it. And I think this squad really loves that competition aspect of it. So we know we got to win these games, like not putting any extra pressure on us, but we know these are big games, and I think that's when we're going to thrive.
Did you do anything fun in your days off?
Like Dak said, we've been golfing together. So
Who's the best
that's
golfer on the team?
probably me or Bryce Johnson. He played in high school, so us two, we go at it together.
It's just you guys and Dax and who?
There's a lot of people that play, but they're not as good.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Who's the worst golfer on the team?
Yeah, better
Ooh,
question.
that's a good question. I don't mean to say Joey Mudd. I love him, but he's just, but
He's
we
closest-
always play with him too.
He's
But
closest to retirement age.
yeah,
He's rounding it
I
up.
know. He's been getting better. His swing is just, it's all right. But we love playing with him.
It'll get there.
Do you have to have conversations with guys like Dax and Klein and Queen, guys who haven't experienced this before, the intensity of it? Like, what do those conversations look like, if they even are conversations?
Yeah, I mean, just getting them to retain their confidence. They've been great all year, so I love talking with them, helping them whenever they need, but they've been awesome. Like you said, we've got the starters are young. We got Dax, freshman, Kleinschmidt, and Segura as sophomores too, so Eric's been through it last year, but I'm super excited to watch Dax and Kleinschmidt. Sorry, they're right there. It's funny to watch them. But
They're not listening.
Yeah, no, I think they're going to thrive when it really matters the most. And like I said, they've done great the whole season. It's been fun watching them, but it'll be fun.
You think back to your freshman season, was it a big difference jumping from that into the regular season, the postseason? And if so, how would you describe, going through
Yeah,
that?
no, freshman year is a little different because we were at LSU. It was pretty wild there. But just being a junior now, getting all that experience and stuff, I was maybe a little more scared my freshman year to go in that environment, but now I'm taking it on head on and super excited for it.
You've been on postseason teams each of the last 3 years, and haven't made it past a super. What would it mean for you guys to finally get through to Omaha?
Yeah, obviously getting to Omaha, that would be great, but the real goal is to win the national championship, and we're going to take that game by game. And obviously right now we've got to focus on St. Mary's, but I have full faith in the squad to make it all the way. So it's going to be fun.
All right. Thanks, Nelson.
Thank you guys.